you're kind of at the beginning of this journey of like educating people on why to change, and basically that change is maybe the perception of how they think about cold email. What does that actually sound like in a conversation?
Yeah. So there's two things. So one is I rarely just focus on cold email. So Carl mentioned he watched the keynote, right? That keynote was not all about cold email. There was actually only a couple pieces that were. What we're trying to do is tell a much larger story about the philosophy of how you have to sell and market today to earn customer attention. So one thing is like elevate the subject matter, because if I'm talking about cold email to someone who hates cold email, I'm gonna have a hell of a time trying to win them over. So if I talk about earning attention, then it gives me a lot of different pillars to go down, right? So I'm not just positioning cold email as the only way. So it's telling a larger story. But the second thing I would say is about allowing the prospect to like have that emotional response to what they don't enjoy, right? So I'll say, I'm sure, most of the cold emails you get are great, right? And I mean, every single time someone's like, absolutely not. I got one the other day and it sucked. And here's why it sucked. And it's like, you allow someone to get fired up. And to me, that is a good thing because now there's emotion involved in the conversation. I can work with that. What I can't work with is a flatline conversation where someone's just nodding their head and like looking into the sky, waiting for the call to be over. So when I do that, what I then start to look for are what beliefs and assumptions are underneath it. So often what we'll hear is someone will say, really good cold emails require 2 hours worth of work to personalize. And I'll say, that's interesting. Like, can you walk me through how your reps personalize today? Well, they read the annual report and then they write the sermon and then they send it. It's too long and no one ever replies. And what I'm listening for is what are those beliefs and assumptions that are flawed? Where if I can disrupt the belief and assumption, and this is straight from what I learned from Challenger, I can get them to reconsider their behavior. So instead of me saying, no, you should like cold email is effective, which is a losing battle, I've got to figure out, okay, you think that great personalization takes 2 hours. So now I know why you hate cold email is because you think it's a waste of time. So if I can change your belief state around, you can write a great personalized email in 10 minutes, 5 minutes, maybe that opens you up to saying, okay, well, let's see how you would do that because I don't believe you. I'm okay with someone disagree. Actually, I want someone to disagree. I want someone to be skeptical. If I'm changing their mind on something, it's not going to be easy. But I think in order to do that, you have to give that prospect airtime so that you can listen and learn for what is that flawed belief and assumption that's causing them to hate cold email as much as they do.